This is one of those investigations that I know is going to lead to another investigation that I'm really not looking forward to. So as far as like being in the attic or whatever, it's like, okay, cool. You're in the attic again. No big deal. Again. It's literally my second least favorite place to be inside of Malvern Manor. I'm not a fan of being in the attic, especially alone, doing a solo investigation. I realized not that long ago, my wife was like, hey, send me up to the attic. I want to do that solo, 100% solo. Maybe she's just a little braver than I am, or a lot braver than I am. But regardless. Hey guys, so I just got up here to the attic. K2 meter, cat balls, proximity sensor. Over here we have the cool, what the frick, the spirit portal going as well. Fix this. I mean, this proximity sensor is quite literally pointing right at that wall right there. So if anything were to move, we'd be able to figure it out and see. But I mean, it's very obvious nothing is moving. I'll tell you what, if you're moving over there, can you maybe like light up one of these cat balls? Can you do that for me? Touch one of those cat balls for me, please. What? Hello? I'm going to cause a false positive real quick, guys, but over here, what do we got here? Some whiskey, some sort. I have your whiskey here. I'm gonna move this back, okay? I think something is causing this to create a false positive. So we are at 8.5 feet to the wall. Well, I still have this whiskey in my hands, guys. Is there someplace that you would like me to put it? Or not? Okay, where would you like me to set it? Nothing on the K2 meter that I've noticed. No cat balls have gone off. That thing has gone off, obviously, or it is going off, suggesting there's some form of movement over there. Whoa. Who's knocking? What the fuck? Now they're knocking on that. Can you say that again, please? I tell you what, somebody was knocking. Do you know who it was? It's who? Jesus God. Who is it? You've got to be kidding me. Come on. Who was knocking over here? Okay. Who is knocking in this corner? In this corner over here, who is knocking? Please. Another knock. Is there a way you can make a cat ball go off? No. I don't know if you guys heard that. It was a very low no. Okay. I'm going to move this yet again over here. I'm going to see if that helps. I've never seen this. It's reading... God, if I could zoom in. It is reading double zeros right now, guys. That doesn't happen. So I'm just going to maybe recalibrate. Hopefully, like restarting the device will help. Boy, it is acting very strange. Maybe a dead battery? Okay, well, I guess that's kind of out as of right now. I'm turning it back on just to see. 5.7, 5.9. See, now it's working. How were you not working? Moving this, then facing that direction. Back to zeros. What? Like, it's just reading zeros. How the hell is this, like, even feasible? Like, I don't get it. All right. Maybe I'm just too dumb to use the device, guys. I mean, here we go. 9.2. So now you're working fine. Telling me it is 9.2 feet to that wall, which I would totally agree with. Huh. I don't know, man. Like... All right. So far I've had you do some knocking, things like that. I'm not 100% convinced you're doing anything to this device yet. I have heard the knocking. There's no way that's me. The first knock I heard was right over here. The second knock I heard was right over there. Corner and corner and corner. Fairly simple setup though, honestly, guys. Like cat balls, proximity sensor, a K2 meter, and whatever type of spirit box or whatever that you would prefer. That was a movement of a foot. That was a whole movement of an entire foot. Who is... God bless it. Who is moving? I mean, obviously somebody's moving around here. She showed you what? That was a child. Well, who is the gentleman that is up here that enjoys alcohol? I'm still holding on to your drink here, sir. That wasn't me. Like I'm behind the device. Who is it? Put the bottle down. Sir, I'm not trying to upset you, and I will 100% put this bottle down. However, I would like you to maybe do something for me, if you can. Can you say something audibly, not through that device? I want to be able to hear you. I want to hear your voice audibly. There it is again. Yet not through that device. Is there a way you can speak to me where I can just hear you audibly? Like if I turn this device off right now, can you just talk to me? Holy shit. The one thing that freaked me out more than anything was the fact that I had heard a disembodied voice in my ear. Now, as I'm holding the camera or whatever, right? Like this voice is in my left ear. And all it says is, hey. This was not distinguishable. If this were a male voice, if this were a female voice, I couldn't tell. It was a hushed, whispering type of tone or whatever that just said the word, hey. I don't know if we captured that, guys. That was audible as hell. That was a voice. That was a whispering voice. It said the word, hey. It said the word, hey, right in my ear. 100% audible. Jesus, I hope we captured that. Go back and listen, guys. Maybe it might be in there. Like it might be embedded in there. I really freaking hope we captured that. I'm going to put this back, sir. Putting your whiskey back. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I've upset you. I've upset the device. All right. Whoa. So that, guys, that will 100% make your butt pucker, if you know what I'm saying. I'm trying out some new lighting here, guys, with this thing in the front. So I'm trying to figure out what works best here for us. So forgive me for all the camera changes and all of that crap. See, it doesn't really seem like it's doing much. Whatever. Man, that was pretty damn impressive. I gotta say, man, like, thank you. Whoever you are, thank you for audibly speaking. What's interesting, I guess, to me, guys, is the fact that, like, on that device, it was sounding just like, it was sounding like a deep, gravelly type of male voice, you know? And the whisper that I heard in my ear over here was more of a, obviously very breathy, right? But it was more of a, hey. So you couldn't really tell or determine if it sounded more male or more female. There was no way to tell that. So it's like on the device through the spirit portal, it was a very deep, gravelly voice. Then in my ear, a very breathy, hey, or whatever. I'm just trying to, like, keep my distance, I guess, because I was like, am I the one setting that off somehow? Like, I don't know, as I'm not in front of the device. But it's so hard sometimes when you're doing this stuff, just because you're in weird places, in usually tight, cramped conditions. So it makes it hard to be as delicate as you would like to be and not cause false positives. Like, that's the issue. Like, to be God honest and fair with you, I'm shocked as shit that I haven't kicked a cat ball yet, you know? There's still time. So, is there anybody that is up here that would like to say hello to me? You guys obviously know who I am. My name is Josh. I'm here almost every day. I'm giving tours and things like that. But primarily, guys, I'm cleaning the building and trying to keep it as nice as possible. Trying to keep this building how you remembered it. Because it's my feeling that no matter what happened to you, this was still your home. More movement. What in the hell? What was that? Okay. That was me. That was me. Sorry. Anybody back there in that crawl space want to say hello? What about in this one over here? I'm going to trip that device again, I'm sure of it. Yeah. What about over here? Anybody want to say hello? Ugh. Guys, I'm not naming brands or anything like that, but you can see it directly in front of me here. Whoever's drinking that crap is just, that is absolute swill. Hello? goodness. Whoever did the knocking before, is there a way you could do it again? What the fuck? There's no way. Could you do that again, please? Let me know that was you. There's no way. Okay. All right. Well, that was pretty nice, pretty cool. I don't know if you heard it. Two very small little taps somewhere from over here. Then I asked for it to happen again. And there was another small little noise coming from somewhere right in that area, like the center over there, almost by the window there. That one was so damn faint, I'm not sure that we captured it though, but... Well, I really appreciate you and I really appreciate your time. I thank you for interacting with me and trying to communicate with me, even though this is kind of the only way that we can communicate, isn't it? With taps and bangs and things like that. On occasion, you could even come up to maybe one of these devices that I have over here, and you could, maybe try to make it light up all pretty and stuff like that. That would be amazing if you could do that. Or walking over, touching one of the cat balls that are over on the floor over here. Those are always fun. They light up nice and pretty. Okay. And then this thing is just kind of remaining stationary now. After my false positives, I should say. Try to click that back on here and see if we can't get another voice or two. Is anybody there? No. Oh my God. Anybody there? Nope. You guys are talking awfully quiet. Okay, a little better, but I couldn't understand you that time. Is it tough? I can't even imagine. See if I can squeeze my camera through here, please. You can see these rafters here, guys. What they do is they go all the way over here, past this wall that's in front of us here, and continue on back over here. My God, there we are. What are you moving about now? I'm not touching your stuff. I promise. What's really cool? I'm not. What's really cool, guys, and you can't really see it, and I apologize because it's Kind of sucks. But anyway, just back through here, okay? Back through that crawl space area. There is the old roof. Like, I'm looking at it right now. It's not coming up on the camera, obviously. But let me see if we can adjust here real quick. See the old roof? That's the old roof over there. Pretty cool. I mean, they built right on top of that old roof. Those are old wood shingles and everything like that. But then in that roof is another crawl space area. So you go into that crawl space. There we are. Get things back to kind of normal here. Sorry. Go back into that crawl space. Back through there. So that would be about halfway, about straight on from where I'm standing right now. Go back through there. It'll take you all the way down and through on the second floor here, and it'll spit you out down by what we call Hank's room. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to fix this white balance again. There we are. Okay. I'm just trying to... What the hell was that? Hello? Hello? Who is knocking? There was 2 knocks. Boom, boom. Right over here. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Who's knocking? The voices that were coming through the portal device specifically, and the portal device was acting strange. I mean, yeah, there were voices coming through. Don't get me wrong. There were voices, but they were hushed. They were like hushed tones. And I think I mentioned at one point in the video, I'm like, it's fascinating to me, like this concept that my buddy Richard Estep brought up in one of his books, which if you haven't read Richard Estep's books, oh my God, read his books. They're so good. But there's a few different cases where it's like, they're doing like an Estes method, for an example, right? And whoever is listening is calling out what they're hearing. It's really, really cool. They're calling out what they're hearing via noise-canceling headphones, right? So they're not privy to the questions being answered or the questions being asked, excuse me. They're just spitting out whatever comes over the device. But sometimes it's almost as if it sounds like a conversation that you're not necessarily privy to. You're just eavesdropping in some way, shape, or form. So this was no different. But one time, there was something so fascinating that came through the device. So I'll let you guys take a peek at that. Hello? Told you not to do that? I told you not to do that. You know, it's interesting, guys. I was listening to, I was reading a book by my friend Richard Estep, who's a fantastic author. If you guys have not had a chance to read some of his books, I highly encourage you to do so. But in one of his books that I was reading, he says it's fascinating when you're doing kind of like an ITC type session like this. Sometimes you're hearing direct responses, and it's very obvious you're having a conversation with a spirit. But other times, it's almost as if you're eavesdropping on a conversation that's had by other spirits. Like, you're just basically eavesdropping and not a part of the conversation whatsoever, and they may not even know that you're there. Fuck. What in the hell? So anyway, I thought that was fascinating because right there what I just heard was, I told you not to do that. It's like, were you talking to me? Because I don't remember you telling me not to do anything. Or were you talking to somebody else? So it's like what he was saying there was not pertaining to me whatsoever, or at least not to my knowledge. And then what? Oh my God. I don't think that little girl voice said "and then" at all. I think she said something else entirely. Holy shit! Hello? These are very loud knocks, guys. Who is doing that, please? What are you worried about? Well, I'm worried about getting my ass kicked by something I can't see. How about that? You're fine? Okay. I'm turning this off. Okay, well, I'm fine. Thanks. Literally just gonna move this right over by the stairs. What are you worried about? She asks. Are you kidding? Interesting. Is there anything that you would like to say to me? Please, anything at all. Something about what you can do to me? I mean, at this point, I'm just calling it scare tactics, right? Like, you're just talking smack. Whatever. Okay. It's been very interesting up here, that is for sure. You know what's interesting to me? Things didn't really start to pick up or amp up until after I started sticking my camera into the crawl spaces, right? So that tells me one thing, and it's basically that it tells me this. That basically if things aren't picking up until after I am kind of doing one thing or another, obviously me even looking into the crawl space area and then talking about the crawl space area poked the bear in some way, which tells me that there's only one thing else that we should probably do, and that's go through the crawl space. when I was doing the investigation, I wanted to show you parts of like the crawl space area, right? And the crawl spaces, I really wasn't even able to show you 10% of the crawl space. I was able to show you just kind of beyond the walls, right? So I take my camera, stick it back through the holes in the walls there, and I'm able to show part of the crawl space area. Because I thought it was important for you guys to see it. I was able to capture like the old roof with the wood shingles and all that fun stuff. That was really cool. But things didn't really seem to start to really pop off necessarily. Like, interesting things happened, don't get me wrong, but things weren't popping off until I had taken that camera and put it back there. You could tell I was now encroaching on their space, which then begs for the further portion of the investigation, which means the next video that I do, I will have a GoPro strapped to my chest, and we are gonna go through the crawl spaces. The crawl spaces that are in the attic take you all the way down and through, and they spit you out in the middle of the hallway on the second floor, right outside of Hank's room. This is a fair distance to travel, but what we're really going to be focusing on is the things that I have focused on before. When we go back through there, I'm going to be looking for items, artifacts, things like that. So far, and I'll go over this further in the actual video itself, and I'll take some shots of the different things that I have already found back there. In 9 trips that I have made so far, I have found a tobacco pouch, playing cards, keys, crushed up packs of cigarettes, beer cans, an old receipt from 1948. I could go on. Very odd things that are seemingly out of place. There's really no purpose for them to be there. So it is fascinating. So we will be able to see further, but I really want to kind of explore further, dig a little deeper, and really explore through there. Now, the entire time, and I haven't quite figured this out yet, we're going to have some form of device or equipment or something like that with us when I do this. I keep saying us because in my brain, it's like, oh, you guys are right alongside with me, so it kind of helps me not think of the fact that I'm going to be 1000% just alone in there. I'm going to have you with me. So I'm going to be talking a lot because that's apparently my fear response, is that when things are getting spooky, I tend to verbally analyze and overanalyze. But that's the next video. That's what's coming, is we're going into the crawl space of Malvern Manor. Into the upper crawl space. There's other crawl spaces here as well. We haven't got there yet. We will, just not yet. So, guys, thank you. Thank you for everything. The love, the support, the likes, the shares, the comments, all of it, guys. And most importantly, thank you for staying positive. Thank you for remaining positive. Thank you for keeping the channel a positive space where we can all kind of come together. We can talk about things, we can ask questions, we can ask follow-up questions, and we can analyze things that we're capturing. We can absolutely do that. And there are no hurt feelings. I appreciate that. Nobody knows what the hell's going on in the paranormal. If anybody even suggests that they do, they're lying to you. Okay? Nobody has a clue what's going on in the paranormal. That's what makes it paranormal, above normal, right? This is how we distinguish that. If anybody knew what was going on, it would just be the way. It would just be what is happening, and we wouldn't have any other questions to ask, and ergo, there would be no other freaking YouTube channels that were seemingly trying to hunt after spooky crap, right? So, let's keep asking questions, honestly. And let's do this in a good, positive way moving forward, because there's no room for the drama. There's no room for the bullshit. All right, guys, so stay positive, and we will talk to you soon. Peace.